All right, girl, leave it alone. Come on. Gypsy likes to look for cats and anything else you can in the field. It's our first morning walk video in a long time at this point. Probably a couple weeks. I've been really down with my knees, most of you know. I've got an upcoming surgery date of September 3rd. So there's not going to be too many of these walks between now and then. I just can't physically do it. Gypsy's a little hard on the leash, and not only that, but my knee just won't allow it. I'm up for a few minutes and then I'm suffering again for the rest of the day. Well, for hours on end afterwards. Slow down, girl. Beautiful day out here. Really beautiful overcast sky. Hold on a second. Gypsy, slow down. Wait for Dad. Really great sky this morning. Really moody. Yeah, I like the sky this morning. Like I said, it's moody. I'm not all that moody this morning. I'm just in a lot of pain. I'm honestly in a pretty good mood. Got a doctor's appointment this afternoon, which is never fun, but hopefully I can get a few things done in between now and then that makes me feel like I've done something. I've got that whole stuck on the couch syndrome the last 4 or 5 months, and even if I do little projects on my computer for trying to put together YouTube videos and stuff, that makes me feel accomplished more than just sitting there. Okay, well, here, top of the list there, let me answer your question there. You're about to join a party. You ever been to a block party? There you go. Well, hello to the rest of you, and hopefully too many of you didn't see that comment and have to put up with that crap. There must be 100 different troll accounts that use that same line on people because they think it's funny. Hi there, I hope you're doing good this morning. It's a beautiful day here. I'm on Oregon, United States, West Coast, right by the Pacific Ocean. In fact, I'm 3.5 miles from the Pacific Ocean. At any point from now till the river by my house. Gypsy, no ma'am, no ma'am. I don't like people that do that either. I don't like people that like to poke fun at people, or people that like to be mean to people or spread hate. It's not my thing. This is just my morning walk, my friend. I walk my pit bull Gypsy here through Reedsport, Oregon. We usually make it to the river. I'm not sure if we will this morning. On this channel, I also do a lot of ukulele stuff and a lot of video blogs, and my wife does homesteading stuff, like baking and chickens and things like that, and making soap. I do. Part of the Lord's Prayer is my favorite. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. I think that's one of the most important verses there, and one of the most profound. Hey, Gypsy, Gypsy bugs. Gypsy. She doesn't like cameras. Gypsy. Yeah. And that's an easy lead on her face. It's not a muzzle. It's not tight at all. It keeps her from being able to pull me. She pulls forward and it kind of catches her and tells her, hey, you left Dad behind. Thank you, my friend. She's a very important part of our family. And I don't mean that like, oh, that's our pet. No, she's part of the family. She sleeps in bed with me and my wife. She has her own baby pool in the yard. She goes for rides with mom and dad. She gets presents on her birthday and Christmas. Hold on, girl. We usually have a more scenic tour and go further, but I'm not exactly how far I'm going to be able to go this morning. Gypsy's trying to drag me further than I want to. I'm in Reedsport, Oregon. Like Oregon's best kept secret is told it in an article I recently read. Hey, thank you, and hi to you. Kind of a sketchy alley, but it's close to 8 o'clock here, which means the businesses are opening up on here in Old Town, and I don't like Gypsy going down there when there's a lot of people because she'll bark at people, and I don't want their mornings to be ruined. Most people don't mind, but a lot of people get really upset, and I understand. I don't want anybody's dog barking at me either. You live where? Gypsy, no ma'am. Leave the cats alone. Oh, right on, dude. Aberdeen, Washington, and Galena, nice. Ireland, nice. My wife has always wanted to go to Ireland. In fact, she had an opportunity to when I first got here, and then it fell apart, and I think, honestly, she didn't go because I was here. But, Gypsy, you better stop. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Set. No, ma'am. Come on. She has a cat up here and one in the field by our house that she is in battle with. She thinks that she doesn't think that they deserve to be in our neighborhood, even though she coexists inside with the cat every day, every single day. Come on, girl. All right, you have a good day, my friend, and if you're ever bored enough to chit chat with me or watch my other videos, give us a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. If not, have a beautiful day anyway, and you take care of yourself and take care of the people around you. Go. Old Town up that way. Like I said, a lot of the old buildings are down here. That's why they call it Old Town. Oh, it looks like we might make it to the river this morning. So if you haven't seen it, it's a beautiful view. Dude, I'm like that too. If I scroll in and I see a dog, I'm like, well, heck, doesn't hurt to look at the doggy. Yeah, I'm a dog guy too. Needless to say, look all over my channel, you'll see Gypsy has a very large starring role. They each have such large personalities. I've never had interaction with a human or a doggy with as strong of a personality as Gypsy. Henrietta, you have a good day. Hope you heard me. Post office. Come on, girl. No, not the Columbia. It's the Umpqua that I'm near. It feeds directly into the ocean. Hold on. Gypsy's kind of trying to sidetrack me, but we'll get down there. Just give us an extra minute or two. We haven't been this far in a long time as far as walking, so, and I'm definitely going to pay for it here in a few minutes when I get her home, but at the same time, it's worth it. I got 2 months until surgery, so it's not like I can sit on the couch and moan and complain the whole time. So I get out as much as I can in the mornings with her, and then my wife walks her the rest of the day. But this has been our routine since the day we got to Reedsport, which was now a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago. And this has been our morning route since we discovered it, or since one of my boys discovered it, about a week after we had been here. And then we started getting adventurous. That over there, the sand dunes. They usually have a thing here called Dune Fest, where ATVers and motocross people, BMXers, all that, professional and just kids and parents and normal people that want to ride too, show up there every year to that event. And it draws like 10,000-20,000 people into a really small area. A lot of accidents every year too, because the sirens go off here. We have volunteer forces here for rescue and fire and stuff. A lot of them are volunteers, so this big tsunami sounding siren goes off and scares the hell out of everybody in town, and then they go out to it. It's kind of Green Acres-ish. You ever seen that show? And I say that all in due respect because I love Reedsport. It's the best place I've ever lived. This is home. But yeah, they could definitely get a new system. But yeah, there's a lot of accidents out there. You'll hear the sirens and see it on the police scanner page, EMT scanner page online during that whole weekend. This year, I heard it was canceled. And then I heard that they handed it over to someone else. So I'm not exactly sure what to expect. I know last year we went down there because I was going to film it. And we wanted to look. And I don't even know if I was going to film it at that point. Maybe we were just going to go look. But they tried to stop us on a beach road, or on a beach access road, and was like, you can't come down here unless you pay. And we were like, we're locals and we drive this road all the time. You don't have a right to shut off the road. And I was not impressed. Not at all. Because you can't come into a town and shut off roads that locals use. Sorry. You better have your area well picked out. You better have your boundaries and security, whoever's checking tickets there, because trust me, us locals aren't going to like it if we're pushed out of our own territory. And that's all I'm going to say about that is, and I've only been here a year and a half, but I am a local. I'm a good part of the community. I do my best to keep it a good community. And I don't want to pay $10 to go down a road that belongs to us. Now, if I was going into their event, you're dang right I'd pay. I'd pay and thank them and probably spend some money while I was in there. All right, we're at the river. Let's get down here and get a look. My knee's starting to catch. All right, girl. She had to stop and smell. And pee. Usually uptown, she stops and smells all the potted flowers and stuff. All right, girl, come on. Thank you guys for joining me. I haven't been doing lives or videos like I should at all, and last couple times nobody's been in chat because everybody just got used to me not being on it. There we go. This is my favorite view, is this river area down here. This river is freshwater and saltwater, otherwise known as brackish, because it feeds directly into the ocean 3.5 miles from there. See this? It's very picturesque, very movie-esque. Said I can definitely appreciate why they film a lot of movies in Oregon, California, Washington. It's a beautiful river. It's actually where the Umpqua and the Smith River converge, is what somebody told me, because I was corrected on one of my videos. But yeah, it goes in and out with the tide, with the ocean. So you'll see it You'll see everything from river otters to sea lions right down here where we are right now, and over here on the docks. And about 2 miles from here down the channel, down that way towards the ocean where it feeds into it, there were 2 killer whales. They got turned around in the channel a couple months ago. Unfortunately, I never got to see it. That would have been an amazing sight, and I'm glad they got turned around and back into the ocean. This parking lot will be completely full as of summer. There won't be room to do anything, and it'll be so noisy down here with all the boats. Which I'm glad, because we need the tourism and the town needs the influx of people and all that, but yeah, I'll be missing the quietness of it. During the winter, we come down here and there's not a soul most of the time, just us. We'll walk the boardwalk. When Gypsy goes up it, we saw a sea lion down there one day, so now on the upper boardwalk, she's kind of freaked out. A lot of mornings she'll go halfway and then turn around about the spot where she saw him last year. I love that bridge over there. It's just a railway bridge. It's not a functioning bridge. Well, it's a functioning bridge, but just not one you can drive across. You know what I mean. They keep the grounds here really nice, because this is a spot where people fish and stuff, like I mentioned. So in my opinion, it's the best spot in town. I like to come here and clear my head. I like to come here just to look around. Gypsy likes it here. I put my dad's urn in the river here. Kind of impulsively, but I did, and he's still in there, so there's that. But yeah, I like it here. This is our spot. And it wasn't a huge urn, for those of you wondering, because I know we're not supposed to throw things in the river. It was a small one, and I thought it would make me feel better and give me closure, so I threw it in the river. But needless to say, like I said, this is our spot. We like it. Hold on, maybe Gypsy will let us go up on the boardwalk. See some cool stuff. Wood carving. Reedsport's known as the chainsaw sculpting capital of Oregon. This here, Big Fish Restaurant, that's actually the hull of an old ship, a retired ship. So you get to eat inside the ship, which is really cool. Me and my wife ate there. It was very clean, the atmosphere was wonderful and cool. Wait staff was good, the food was good, the pricing was okay. You can eat up there on the deck or even in the wheelhouse. We just ate downstairs because we didn't reserve either of those. But maybe next time. Another view, look at that. This is why I enjoy coming here. Some mornings you can come here and the fog is still coming in, the coastal layer, and it'll be so thick you can't even see the river or see a foot in front of you. You don't even get to the river's edge because you can't see it. Guy out there fishing. I'm not a fisherman. I just appreciate the river, and I like watching the boats. I like watching the big commercial boats come through. We have a lot of them. There's a lot of commercial fishing for crab and stuff, like the show My Deadliest, or The Deadliest Catch. They filmed one of their seasons, featured one of the ships from Newport, Oregon, I believe, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump from here, as they say. A few miles down the road. What you smelling on, girl? All right, come on. We gonna make it today? Bench that's sculpted. Down there on the docks is where Gypsy saw the sea lion last year, and she's been spooked since. Usually all this is underwater, but the tide's out right now. Give it another couple hours and it'll be underwater again. That's why these rivers like this in the ocean, they're treacherous. They're nothing to be played with. That river water and that ocean water rises fast. It may not even look like it's coming in, and next thing you know, you're up to your neck in water. A lot of people lose their lives every year to the rivers here and to the ocean too. A lot of tourists, especially in the ocean. In the river, it seems to be locals more than anything. Here's my favorite carving in town. This old dude. He just kind of sits there and watches over everything. Looks like he's been here 40, 50, 60 years. He belongs to the Lily Schooner Cafe. I've never been in there, but it looks like a very lovely place. Again, the view. Look at that. Gosh, that's such a good view. It really is. All right, Gypsy, you ready? That's the ship. That's a boat, girl. Come on, you're okay. Now she hears the metal of the boat hitting against things, and sorry for the hobbling, guys. I'm kind of disabled right now. Over there is, they got a packing plant here that does like crab and tuna and things like that, but I'm not sure where it is. I'm thinking this place here has something to do with it. I don't think they actually do the packaging there, but I don't know. I've ended up with some of it in my cabinet that says packaged in Reedsport, Oregon, and I just don't know where it's located. And there's no place in town that really smells like a plant. So I don't know. Maybe it's not done here anymore. Maybe it was recently quit before I got here. The rest of the day, I think I got a doctor's appointment. And then beyond that, that's about it. We're trying to get answers on my knee. Like I said, I got surgery coming up, but we still haven't got pain under control. And the swelling is impossible to get under control. And we're just trying to, at this point, get me comfortable enough to where I'm not dying or feel like I'm dying until we can get me into surgery. And it's getting, of course, it's getting worse by every few days or so, because it's going to continually get worse until we get it fixed. So yeah, who knows where the next 2 months will take us. Because the last few months have been a heck of a journey. I went from my knee swelling and giving out on me and ending up in the ER thinking I'd be down for a few days, week at the very most. A week would have been extreme at that point. And here we are 5 months later, the swelling hasn't gone down. I've had procedures done. I've had fluid drained off my knee. I've had injections. I've had MRIs, x-rays, you name it. A lot of stuff, a lot of appointments, a lot of pain, and a lot of feeling like I'm being tortured by the doctors. But so I need to do an update video on that and address the whole situation. That way everybody knows, instead of catching little videos here and there and me complaining about it on here. I've done a couple update videos on it, but not that really cover everything that's going on, especially up to this point. So if I could get it together, I truly would do one. It's hard to concentrate to do YouTube because of the pain and stuff. By the time I get to the back to the house right now, which I've been out way longer than I should, I'm gonna be feeling it. Guys, I can't thank you enough for hanging out, especially the ones that commented and liked. I appreciate you more than you know. I really do. And if you have channels too, I'll try my best to check them out. If you subscribe to my channel and like it and leave any comments, I will definitely check out your channel, and I'll definitely respond to comments and stuff. I try to be a pretty good YouTube friend, because that's what we all are here. This is a YouTube community. We're neighbors and friends on here, and so everybody better be able to be invited to the barbecue. You know what I mean? And if you're not good enough of a person to be invited to the barbecue, you probably shouldn't be here. But if you're a cool person that loves to help others and thinks everyone's created equal and all that, then you're in the right place, because that's what I'm about, is everybody being treated good and everybody helping everybody out. I grew up a misfit, literally. I got into punk rock and heavy metal as a teenager, and I absorbed more music than I did friendships or social interaction. I was bullied a lot. I didn't have a good adulthood up until probably the last 10 years either. So I'm somebody that now I'm really big on inclusion and helping other people feel like they belong, because we all belong, dude. Hi there to you too, Dennis. Skipper, nice. Now, do they call you Skipper because you're a captain or you got a boat? But yeah, that's what I'm about, and that's what we try to do on this channel, is make everyday content where nobody feels like they're being pushed away. I don't post anything political here, never have. Not saying I never will, but I'm going to try to never ever do that unless things get really bad. But I don't like to do that. Religion-wise, I'd be glad to tell you what my religion is and tell you about it. I'm not going to push it on you, and you could feel free to talk about yours and stuff, but I don't allow anyone to discriminate against each other. I'm trying to build a YouTube community of small vlogging channels and various content channels. France, right on. Beautiful part of the world. I've never been there yet, but I've watched a few documentaries, and makes it look really beautiful and colorful. And well, I'm glad you're in the chat, my friend from France. You're the first person from France I've had in a chat, and I've even counting before when we were doing this every morning. Like, I've had a lot of countries. France, you're the first. So that's pretty dang cool, my friend. You can still kind of see the coastal layer. It's still kind of hazy. My sleep schedule lately, with all my medical issues going on, is a little off, to say the least. Sometimes I'll go to bed between 11 and midnight, and then I'm up by 1 o'clock, 1:30, and in pain till 4 or 5. And then I'll fall back asleep sometimes 6 or 7. Then I'll get up between 7 and 8 or whatever. And we're used to being up at 6 o'clock and out the door by usually 7. Sometimes we're out the door by 6:30. So yeah, it's kind of thrown our schedule off, that's for sure. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, I should have had a giveaway. One of these days I should do that. We should do a chat giveaway. Once I get monetized, we're getting closer and closer to it. I should do a membership giveaway. Once I open chat that morning, I'll be like, well, first person from this country or wherever. But yeah, that would be a lot of fun. And we're honored to have you here, just so you know. Got a few blocks left to get back to the house. We're on the back side of Old Town now. That's a house right there, or an apartment. It's built like an old trailer house. Here, let's see. In fact, I think it is an old trailer house that's just been kind of built over, which is very cool. I kind of like it. But I was thinking about being in there, and I was like, I don't know. I think I'd feel kind of claustrophobic. I lived in a trailer before, but that just seems a lot different. It seems like a long hallway now that I look at it like that. What time is it in France right now? It's should be close to 7:30 a.m. here. Between 7:30 and, no, I think it's close to 8 here. Yeah, because we're late. Over there's a really cool old rusted graffitied train, but we're not going to go that way this morning. We usually do, but my knee's telling me I should have crawled home about 10-15 minutes ago. Old bingo hall, which I'd love to see turned into something else and active again. Oh man, Summer here on the coast isn't bad. About an hour and a half from here, where we used to live, in the valley, it was a logging town, and it got so hot there a couple years in a row, we'd have to leave our house and go sit at the river because it was too hot, and that was with air conditioning. 115 degrees a couple times. Over 100 for the majority of the summer in a trailer with like I said, we had air conditioning and stuff, but inside a trailer, and the quality of stuff we had, it was not good. Hot and sweaty all the time at work, then come home and feel like you're gonna die in a hot box. But since we got over here to the coast, it's nice. I'm wearing a hoodie and a pair of shorts right now, and my hoodie will probably stay on me all day. Even in the heat of day, it usually doesn't get too terribly hot for me to have to take off my hoodie unless I'm sitting outside directly in the sun. Come on, girl. But yeah, I am not a fan of the heat. Not at all. Winter here is nice. It rains all winter. Some really good storms over here, like knocking down phone lines, windy storms and stuff, and blowing carports over. And yeah, it gets almost feels hurricane-ish. And we have had gale force winds before here, so that season is probably closest to hurricane season we'll ever get, because we don't have the massive flash flooding and stuff usually that comes with it. We did get some flooding here this year a few months ago. Man, thank you so much. You don't know how much that means. Really. And I'm not just saying that because you just subscribed to me. I'm saying it because I really mean it. That's really cool. Anytime anybody takes the time to even check out what we do, I appreciate it. And I'll check out your channel too if you happen to have anything up on it. If not, I'll subscribe anyway, just in case you ever want to throw something on it. I like the old farm equipment and old broken down RVs and cars. I have no interest in the machinery itself. I don't know. I like seeing them all rusted and debilitated because it makes me wonder about their story. You know? Come on, girl. Girl. Hold on. She's distracted. Hopefully today's a little rainy and overcast all day. I'm saying that for selfish reasons, just because I want to have a real down day. I know, says the guy that's been down for months, but one to where I don't have to do much at all, because rain days, Gypsy's notoriously a little lazier. And usually I hate those days when she's lazy because I like her to be more active. But at this point, as many down days as we can get together, the better. Because then I can spend the day with her and I don't have to worry about it. And my wife does a lot with her, a lot. Gypsy's sorry, I almost fell. Gypsy's a very loved dog, to say the least. She just spends the majority of her time with me, normally. Ouch. Alright guys, that's a field by our house. That's 10 feet below sea level and river level right there, by the way. And then I live across this here where there's another bowl. So yeah, we live in the tsunami zone. Alright guys, we're getting close to the front of my house, and I don't want to wake my wife up or be loud with the neighbors since it is early in summer. So have a great day, guys, and I'm going to leave you with these words, man. You need to take care of yourselves, because if you don't take care of yourself and make yourself happy and fix yourself and heal yourself, you're no good to anyone else. And to also be good to each other. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's me, you, the white guy next door, the Puerto Rican next door, the alien next door, doesn't matter. We're all in this together. And we really are. Trust me, we're all going to be holding hands when it comes down to the real stuff. You know what I mean? So might as well start doing it now. It's not about coexisting. That sounds, I hate that term. It's about loving one another in unity. That's what it's about. Anyway, enough of my preaching. I love each and every one of you, and I truly mean that. And I want you to have a great day. I'm going to try to get on later and chit-chat a little or make a video update. All right, guys, have a great day. Come on.